Welcome back to the Giants, guys. This week we're talking about draft prospects, the Senior Bowl, and who would be the best fit for Big Blue. As always, follow these guys on Twitter.
Woo! Yeah, this is not a hold-up. This is the Giants, guys, and you're listening to another episode. I am wearing my brand new New York Giants mask. So just in case you forget who I am, I'm Craig Santucci, your host of this beautiful program, the Giants, guys, nygiantsrush.com. See, the Giants sent me this really cool prize pack with because I'm a season ticket holder. What a bunch of stuff inside. Yeah, got a whole bunch of this and that's in there, and it's got
the least they could do.
Yep, had this mask here that came in there.
That's actually
somewhere around here.
I like that mask.
Yeah, it's fresh.
They're going to be a part of our lives for a while. So
it is, and if I get any more, you know me, I will share because I'm a sharer.
Send them this way.
Got some 2021 cards.
They still make cards, huh?
They do still make cards. I'll tell you why they make cards. Because the virtual cards are ridiculously stupid.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
So, because they're just pictures. They're not front and back. They're just, they're ridiculous. Anyway, so guys, really cool stuff that the Giants sent me. Thank you to Giants. I love you guys. They're constantly sending some really cool well wishes together, Blue. So that is some cool stuff. We're going to get right into a couple topics today, but of course, as you can see, Mikey Fresh isn't here. So we will carry on without Fresh. My guys, Michael Stewart, Jeff, Spiro, you guys can find them on nygiantsrush.com for a ton of content. And of course, follow them on Twitter. Guys, gonna kind of jump in it. We haven't been recording for the last 2 weeks. Okay. So you guys should have plenty to say because we've been doing the live StreamYard cast, which has been super cool. Thank you guys for jumping in, asking questions and everything like that. I'm starting off with a little bit of Twitterverse. You guys cool with that?
Always,
man. Bring it.
Okay. Yep. So one of our followers, Fly Guy, really like him, and it's Fly Guy. All right. So he, and I got about 10 different people tweet me some questions, but they all relatively are about the same thing because, there's this off-season salary cap thing looming in the background, which is Michael Stewart's kind of forte, salary cap and draft. So Fly Guy wants to know, with the cap projected at 175 million, will the Giants have the opportunity to keep both Williams and Tomlinson?
Michael Stewart's like beep 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 beep.
Exactly.
You see, it's the Zach Galifianakis GIF.
Yeah, I saw it.
If you see smoke coming out from his headset, because this is what he does. I'm going to just give you a quick thought from myself that even if the cap was higher, it would be and I'm sure Michael will agree with me, even if the cap was 185 million, it's going to be hard to keep both these guys in Giants blue. I'm sure most fans are leaning on Leonard Williams because of the phenomenal, I don't want to call it a breakout year, but it kind of was a breakout year. Because if you ask any Jets fan, they'll tell you that he was kind of a disappointment. They weren't sad to see him go.
Jets fans hate him.
Yeah. Well, they hate him now even more because he did well.
Yeah. They hate him now.
On the other side of MetLife Stadium, he's doing really well. So, Michael Stewart, I'm going to start with you. At 175 million, and thank you, Fly Guy, for the question, and Meg and a bunch of you other coach, you guys all basically had some of the same questions about the cap. Michael Stewart, what do you think? What's on a scale to 1 to 10? 10 being yes, we can keep both of them. 1 being we can't keep them. What number are we at?
Well, we're below 5.
Okay, so below 5 would be 4.
Yeah. So here's the deal. Just to be conservative, Leonard Williams, if he gets a $17 million per year, and if Tomlinson gets, they're projected almost 10. Let's just say he's a nice guy. He does $9 million. That's $26 million. The Giants have, I think, a little bit around maybe about $10 million right now. that's pushing it. So they're gonna have to make a lot of moves before free agency comes to even just get those two guys on the team. So you could forget about getting a experienced wideout in free agency. They'll have to do it all through the draft.
So in your expertise, give me so you're thinking it's a 4 that we keep both of them. Okay. And that's a legit analysis because I think a lot of us are feeling we're feeling the same way, right? Because there's not a lot of cash right now. They're digging for it now. Spiro, we probably would love to have both of them here, right?
Oh yeah, I mean absolutely. Tomlinson's
But
one of the captains. He's a leader in the clubhouse.
exactly, which makes it even harder for you to not bring a
Yeah.
guy back. Spiro, what's the chances? 1 to 10, 10 being we bring him back. 1, we no.
I mean, I'm honestly, I'm a little on the positive side of this now that I'm thinking about more. I think you'll be able to tell exactly what they're going to do with their round 1 pick, depending on what they do with Tomlinson. If they sign Tomlinson back, that
And
means they're probably,
Williams?
yeah. Well, sorry, both of the two. I consider Williams a lock personally to get signed. They're going to throw the bag at him because Gettleman traded for him and he just turned in a career year. I think they're going to spend a lot of money on him. I think they
Spiro,
could fit.
could they tag him?
No, I mean,
They
I mean,
could.
they
I mean,
could, but
they can, but you're saying you don't think they will.
yeah, I think you want to lock a guy like that guy, like a guy like him up. He's 26 years old, career year. Like let's lock him up, and I think Thomason might be able to take a lower number because I don't think he's going to get a big number elsewhere. To be honest with you, I don't think people are spending that much money for a primarily run stuffing defensive tackle. He does offer some push in the pass game, but 3.5 sacks is what it is. He's a great player. I think they get him at a little bit of a good price because he wants to stay here. I think
How
he likes
much?
it here. Like if they can get him for like 8, 9 a year,
That's what I
like that'd be
was.
nice. That'd be nice, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. It's a pipe dream. But
Maybe
then,
load it a
So
little
where
more
are you at? You
guaranteed
at
money.
5? 5 they keep
yeah,
both of them?
6. I think 6. I think 6. But
Ooh,
still not like. I mean, I don't think it's gonna happen. But you load up on defense, money wise, and then you draft your offensive weapons round
all
1 and
right, Jeff.
2.
All right, Jeff, handing it to you. What's your 1 to 10? What's our percentage of keeping both of them at 175 million cap?
I'm like a 4.375 on the matter.
rounding.
Just and their success and part of why the defensive line was good is because they did feed off each other, right? Like when you had LT and you had Carl Banks, like they fed off each other, and it was part of why the Giants defense was so great. It wasn't just LT; they couldn't go to the other side really with Carl Banks too. So I think part of their success was to each other, but being that they're both interior defensive line, I don't know how you double down on both of them and give them. It's just bad timing that they're both due to get paid. I think that the tag will be huge. I don't think they tag him again. I think they try to lock him in long term. Like I'm with Spiro. I think Williams is a shoe in because he's Gettleman's guy. He bet on him big time. So I think he's safer. And I think the needs are too great. I mean, this might be a hot take here, but I'd rather see them restructure Kevin Zeitler and give him a couple more years and keep him because I think the offensive line is so important to this team. And I think we can survive without Tomlinson. I don't think we can survive with a mesh offensive line. I don't. I think we need to shore that up. That's where I'm at.
Well, history will tell you we haven't been able to survive with a mesh offensive line. Yeah, so
couple of years.
Yeah, that point is well taken. So let's explore this just for a second. All right. You listen to the Giants guys. We're back. We're in the lab. We're cranking out another show for you guys, another episode. Download it, save it, favorite, upload it, share it. Do
whatever you guys do with that.
Yeah. But whatever you're gonna do it. Because I get a lot of people that said, love the show, but like I'm not noticing you subscribing. I know this sounds crazy, but subscription does 2 things. One, yeah, helps us potentially get sponsored and with a monetization environment, and and so we can bring you better quality content. But also subscribing lets us know you digging what we're doing. All right, so let's just keep this train rolling. All right, let's go. Let's explore this for a second. The tag. The Giants have not been overly known through the years to use Michael Stewart. When did they start? Do you know off the top of your head when the tag became a thing?
No, I don't. I'll be
All right.
honest, I don't.
Stumped him.
Yeah.
Stump me, yeah.
There you go. Hey, you know what? Oh my goodness. I think we just popped a new feature.
Stump, Stump
Stump-
Stewart.
Stump the
Stewart,
truth.
yeah.
Stump Stewart.
I like
Stump
it.
Stewart.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. We're going to add in Stump the Stewart coming up soon. All right.
Oh my
Look
God.
at that.
Hashtag stump.
The Stewart.
I'm
Yep.
taking notes.
Or Stump.
1993, by the way.
Or Stump Stew. We can play with this.
1993 is when franchise tag started, by the way.
Okay,
Boom.
good.
You know what? See, that's why. Look, people, you want to know why you listen? Because look what just happened.
Big
we
brains.
we came up
Nah,
with a
just
new
computer.
feature
Google.
in 30 seconds. And while we were coming up with a new feature, Spiro bangs out the question. 1993.
Just trying to get to the facts here.
Yes. So we're a factual. Well, we try to be factual.
Semi-factual.
Yeah. At least they are. I don't know about me. I'll tell you whatever you want to hear. Now listen. The tag Giants have not been. No, Spiro, look it up. How many guys have been tagged since 1993 for the Giants? The Giants have not been very aggressive with the tag. You know, and I will say that players don't like the tag, but of all the years, Jeff, in all the years, could this just be another tag year for Leonard Williams because we don't have options?
Well, it's expensive to tag certain positions, and he's one of those positions. I don't feel like the Giants typically tag big name guys. I feel like they've used it elsewhere, and I don't even think they've used it every year. Do you have to?
No,
right?
No, not
It's
even
not something you
close.
have to do, right? So I don't think they want to tag him again. I think they'd rather bring the number down a little bit from the tag price and try to lock him in with incentives, give him a bag of money and hope that he produces the same way. But
well, Spiro tagging him as a defensive tackle, the only defensive tackle that really gets paid is Aaron Donald. So tagging him could be not as expensive, but I hear you.
He got 16 million last year.
Yeah.
doesn't it go up if you tag the same player too?
No, it's still the average of the top 5 players at the position.
Right. So it might be up this year from last year because we don't know who got
Right,
raises. I don't know.
Right.
I thought if you tag the same player, it might be
Yeah,
something
no.
about it.
So they're gonna take I don't know, I don't even know who defensive tackles aren't a sexy spot. So
You got Donald, Buckner, Jones, they're all 20 million plus.
They're
Clark,
20.
maybe Clark from Kansas
yep.
City.
So he's going to be
and
sniffing 20 mil anyway.
It's going to be, there's nobody under 17, in the top 5. So
All
you're
right.
talking 17 above.
All
That's
right.
a lot of money.
That's about he's going to probably get.
Yeah, he's going to cost 18 and 20.
And he is a top
range.
5. He's a top 5.
Yeah, he's top 5.
So
So I'd rather pay him and make him happy, have him, get some long-term, stability, and let's ride after that. He's still young, very young.
You got to remember, if they tag him, you don't have to sign.
True.
And
He won't be happy about it.
He can force a trade.
Yeah. What you hope is if when you tag a guy like that buys you the cap room to start, and then mid-season you give him his deal when you have some other money to play with. But
Maybe
I got
tag
you.
and sign him for JJ Watt.
All right. See, that was not me.
JK.
Yeah, I did not bring that up. So okay, well listen. Show notes. We can do a little JJ Watt in a second. Let's talk about housekeeping.
Yeah.
Housekeeping is basically, just stuff that we rolling on that you need to know, should know, or already, but we're going to go into a little deeper dive on it. Housekeeping. Jonathan Harrison from the Buffalo Bills practice squad, also, of course, played with the Jets, as most people know. He was a former Jet.
Staying in New York, this guy, huh? He's
Yeah,
sitting all through
exactly.
Big New York guy.
So the deal that the Giants are signing him to is a $990,000 deal with a maximum of $2 million with incentives. It's very cheap for a player. To back up Gates at center. There's some talk that he could play guard too. Sounds nothing more here. Sounds nothing more than this is a savings on cutting Pulley. I like Pulley. I've always been a fan of Pulley, but he got overpaid last year to sit the bench. And we knew he was better than Pio, but Pio's also floating around out there too. So, guys, what are you thinking about this move? To me, it's just money. They're trying to find money, and Dixon, and Fleming, whoever's expendable is gonna go. So, Michael, I'm gonna start with you. Anything specifically that jazzes you about this deal, or is this straight up housekeeping?
No. This guy's he's a versatile lineman. I think he's kind of like a couple of positions, gives him depth. It's a nice solid move. Nothing spectacular, but it's a good solid move.
And cheap.
Yeah, cheap, low risk, high return possibility. Yeah.
Spiro, you got anything with this?
I think like you said, it's more for the salary than anything else. Pulley was okay, but Harrison was in line to start before what's his face came along. They picked up somebody right as soon as he was supposed to get the job. Ryan Khalil, an old veteran, but I think he's a good backup to have. He's proven, he could play in the league, so a lot of starts. I like it better than Pulley. Like you said, they're going to cut every dime they could, to get this team to come back, get that core to come back, and maybe get some guys in free agency. So this is a money move, more than anything else.
Jeff, you got anything here?
Yeah, it's pure depth. Anytime you're talking about under $1 million, it's risk-free, relatively speaking, right?
Yeah, it's house money, man.
Right. Gates is my guy at center. Like, I'm good with Gates. I will roll him out as a starter with confidence once again. I love that guy, and I like him at center. So if this is a versatile guy, Joe Judge likes that. I think it's just a depth move, save some money. It makes sense. I'm good with it.
Yeah, and with the opportunity that Pert may come in and start at right tackle, you might see Fleming get another 1-year deal to back him up.
Yep, depth is good. Yeah.
Go ahead, Michael Stewart. What do you got?
No, kind of a fun little spin-off. This is something that maybe you might like to hear. This could be a move that maybe they'll trade Hernandez. They got this kid coming in.
Oh.
I don't think so, but I want to say that make you happy. I know you.
Well, listen, the guy had a nice rookie year. He bombed 2 years in a row. He's got short arms like a dinosaur. And, when I watch the tape, I say that to make you laugh, but when I put the tape on, I don't see it as I did one time. Like, Hernandez has a very bad habit of bouncing to the second level before he's cleaned up the first level. Like, he's like a pop, a shiver, and a move. And these guys are blowing by him, and he's already onto the linebacker when the linemen have already passed him. So my issue with Hernandez is, like, I feel like he feels like he needs to do too much all the time. Like, instead of holding your block, he's letting that block go way too soon, and he moves on. He just happens to have two tough guys with Nick Gates and Lemieux who love the battle. So they are not moving on to the second level as fast as Hernandez does. Either way, listen, if Hernandez stays, that's great, because if he can play left guard or right guard, that also is a lot of depth. Listen, you can never have too much line depth. We all know that, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, this team,
Not to mention rookie deal in-house.
Right.
Like, that's the kind of depth you
Knows
want.
the system.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, I know I kill him sometimes, but listen, I don't want him to go. He's great depth.
Somebody's got to merge between him and Lemieux. That's the facts, So let them battle it out.
If you have 6 starters instead of 5, that's a good problem.
Yeah,
exactly. And Spiro, here's my thing, and we'll keep moving. Michael Stewart got me off sidetracked. Here's the thing about Lemieux. Now, we're the Giants guys. We like to analyze things. Sometimes we get up on tangents. We have some fun. We talk about Jim Finn's wife. We do a lot of fun stuff, right? Look, Jeff's still smiling because it's one of the best.
That's might be my favorite moment of all of our shows.
Yeah,
we've done 50 hours of program, and that's my favorite 30 seconds.
So, like, Hernandez is, he can play. But what I can tell you, Spiro, is this. I think we'd all agree here that Judge and the rest of the staff, Googs, I know Googs is gone, but they know more than we do, right? And
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and Shane
I guess.
Lemieux, yeah. The time the end of the year came, I want to say it was the Dallas game, right? Last game of the season.
Yes.
Hernandez didn't get a snap. So it went from, hey, we're going to rotate, to, hey, we're going to rotate a little bit less. Hey, we're going to rotate even less than we did the week before, to, we're not rotating. So if the coaching staff is telling me that Shane Lemieux is the starter, then they know more than us, I'll tell you that he's there. Like, why let him battle it out? Evidently, he's won the job already.
Yeah, I think
don't know.
Hernandez got hurt or missed 2 games.
he had
Shane
COVID.
stepped in, and that's
Yep.
when
Yeah.
the running game took off. And we were like, well, don't you dare give we got Shane. It's working right now. Don't change it. And then he kind of just filtered in and then filtered out at the end. Yeah.
My thing is, like, he's still got to shape up on pass blocking. He wasn't perfect. So
No.
it depends on
he's a
what kind of
fifth round-
offense we're trying to run,
And remember, Spiro, he's a. I mean, look at the numbers on him. He's a 5th round rookie, right?
Oh yeah.
And he played in Oregon, which that's a fun and gun type of offense, right?
Right.
So he's probably moving around, and they also said he wants to fight everybody.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you love his attitude. That's for sure.
yeah, so he's gonna need some time. All right, those are kind of our housekeeping notes. And I'm gonna get sidetracked again. Damn it,
Went off
Santucci.
the grid.
Yeah, stay on track, Santucci. Real fast. Spiro, this is Spiro's fault, by the way, because he said JJ Watt. 30 seconds each. What are you guys thinking on JJ Watt? Is this real? Is this another Deshaun Watson type of, clickbait stuff? I'm going to start with you, Jeff. I honestly think JJ Watt has 0 chance of coming to the New York Giants. Go ahead, Jeff. I'm passing it to you.
0%. Like, he's a really likable guy. He's a big dude, but realistically very injury prone, very expensive. And what are the Giants giving? We're not in a position. It's just the reality of the Giants. We're not in a position to go get these big shiny toys that are potentially past their prime or never lived up to their prime. Whatever his deal, he's a great guy and he's a freak when he's healthy and everything.
2-time defensive player of the year. He's more than good, just past his prime.
And it's just not where the Giants are, where they're building this core. It's not. I just don't see it happening. I just don't see any way that actually happens.
Spiro, if we were a 10-6 team, 11-5 team, would probably make a lot more sense. Maybe he's the missing piece to the Super Bowl, right?
Maybe. Yeah. Right. He's done everything he has needed to do in his life. He wants to go win a Super Bowl now. So we're not that team right now. I mean, maybe, but we're not a surefire shot right now. So why would he want to come here? And then we don't have the money to afford him. It doesn't work both ways. So scrap that idea, man.
Michael Stewart,
banter.
jump in, because we don't want to, this was just a side note that Spiro got me thinking about, because he seems like he would fit on a team like Seattle or Dallas a whole lot better.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to make 17.5 million next year, and he's 32, I believe. And like Jeff said, injuries, his best years are behind him. It doesn't make sense.
But Spiro in the pre-show was like, we have to talk about Watt.
Yeah. We need to. Everybody knows.
Classic Spiro.
I just put that little thing in Craig's head, and then it just.
You see what they do to me every single week.
Plant the seed, walk away.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and I don't even say it's a seed. It's more like pull the pin. Bro,
here, Craig, hold this.
Yeah,
that's what I do to Craig on Twitter. I like to throw a little thing at him.
Yeah, I always get the Michael Stewart, and we should probably talk about Evan Ingram and then dot.
Oh yeah.
Just talk about short wide receivers if you want to really throw
a grenade. We're not going there because I won that battle.
Oh.
All right.
Do you want to have it out? Should we talk about this? This was okay.
No, because I played wide receiver in college. I know I'm right, so I'm gonna keep moving.
Okay, wow. I appreciate your open-mindedness. That's cool.
Hey, look, I'd be more than glad. And we can't talk about this. Listen, let's get through what we got to talk about. We can circle back to it because it is a fun topic to talk about. So we had some fun. Jeff sent me a tweet. Goes, you know, we're just kidding, right?
I actually had to message him on the side, like, dude, you just told me to keep studying. like that. What are you taking shots for? Like, let's take this offline for a second. Do I
Right.
need to call you right now? like
Meet him
we're
in the
having
parking
fun.
lot.
We're having fun
listen,
here.
Jeff threw like 4 bombs at me, and Spiro was like, yeah. So I waited like a couple days, and I sent the H bomb right at Jeff with the, you keep studying.
Dude, no one knows how much of a dick move that was except me, because I told Craig in confidence, and I'm like, because like I played soccer.
Wait, time out. Before you say it, you don't have to say it. It's still between me and you at this point.
That's true, but I want to out you now. No, I don't have to. I told Craig, like, I've been studying the game. There's nothing wrong with that. I said I've learned more about football, and like doing what we do, we should always be studying the game. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what sports you played. It doesn't matter what your history is. So I said I've been studying the game a lot. And so he comes out with keep studying because I said we shouldn't pass on a talented wide receiver just because he's short.
Oh,
That's all.
Craig.
That's all.
Come harsh.
That was harsh. That was a shot. That's when it got personal.
For the record, he did not have to share that at all. Okay.
Cat's out the bag now.
It does feel good though.
Yeah, get off the chest.
I took a friendly and fun shot at him after Pilgrim and Spiro were ganging up on me. Okay.
As we do.
As they do.
Oh, they always do.
No, but okay, but also in their defense, when I get tired of you people like going crazy on me in Twitter and I hand it back to them, they also have my back too. So
We're scrappy.
Yes.
So
Hound dogs.
in this certain situation that none of you care about except us 4, is that after a week of having this tall receiver, short receiver,
Banter.
dialogue, debate, I just figured I needed to move on. So I just
Dropped the bomb left.
Yeah. So, but it was all in fun.
All in good fun.
But even better yet, I finally won one, and I got under Jeff's skin a little bit. It was good.
Well, you
don't
still
think
didn't
you won,
win,
bro.
first of all. You still didn't win.
We'll find out soon.
What you did is you fought dirty, is what you did.
I hate to tell you, when you're fighting, there ain't no such thing as dirty.
That's right.
While I do agree with
Listen,
that. Okay.
Listen,
I'm a gentleman, okay?
yeah. The 2 gentlemen
fight
on the
like a
bottom of
gentleman.
the screen, me and Mr. Stewart over here, we know what it is to scrap a couple times. And let me tell you, if you're fighting, there ain't no such thing as dirty and clean.
Well,
You
here's the
just fight to
difference.
win.
Here's the difference. I didn't know we were fighting. You made it known we were fighting when you took that
See,
cheap shot.
This is a example of millennials versus Generation X.
I'm barely a millennial. I don't know. Do I qualify? Who knows
I don't
nowadays?
consider I make fun of millennials, so I
hang
hope
on,
I'm
let
not
me think.
one.
You're on the
Cusp.
edge, but you're not.
No, we
Cusp
actually
guy.
are. We actually
Yeah.
technically are.
Yeah.
Because your birthday's in like
I don't
has an 8
associate with them.
attached to it.
No,
Your birthday
I don't
has an 8
associate.
attached to it, Spiro.
80s is great freaking
80s is-
decade, man.
80s is
Don't come
great.
at the 80s.
Okay.
All right,
Big
senior
hair.
ball.
Senior ball. Anywho, got off on a tangent there. Sorry, people.
I apologize for what just transpired. All right. Senior Bowl. Guys, I will tell you, whether you watched it or you didn't, it's cool. I watched it. I was bored out of my freaking mind. I was not impressed with the play. I'm not going to tell you I watch it every year, but having watched the game on numerous occasions over, let's say, the last, I don't know, 6 or 7 years, this one let me down in a big way. I don't know if it's the young rookie coaching staffs. I mean, listen, Rule's been in the NFL for a blink of an eye, right? I wasn't wowed by anybody, you know. I did like the piece, Michael Stewart, that you put out, winners and losers from the Senior Bowl. That is always a really nice benchmark to go by. You know, and like I said, Michael eats and sleeps this stuff. So if you haven't read his piece, winners and losers from the Senior Bowl, check it out. It'll give you an idea, guys, to start targeting. You know, when you're following this stuff, hey, who are the Giants going to take, or who might be in in that area, check out the piece at nygiantsrush.com. Michael Stewart, it's Pro Bowl, Senior Bowl winners and losers. So
Good
it's just
stuff.
a nice list of guys for you to start recognizing their names. My
Mm-hmm.
dad used to say all the time, I don't know any of these guys' names. I'm like, Dad, because you don't follow it. You just show up on Sunday and turn the TV on. So, of course you're not going to know their names. All right. Senior Bowl standouts. I'm going to give you my 3. You can either comment that you know what they're up to or not. And I'll let you guys run with it. But I because I watched the game, I took note on 3 guys that stood out. One was super cool because it's an offensive lineman / center, Quinn Menares, I think you pronounce it, from Wisconsin Whitewater. Dude is a beast. Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, Wisconsin Whitewater, it might even be a Division II school. Michael Stewart, are you familiar with Wisconsin?
Yeah, vaguely, and I recognize the name, but I don't really follow him. But
All right,
you're right.
Spiro, dial that up for me. Wisconsin
Mainers.
Whitewater.
Yeah. I mean, he's small school people, man.
Is that a
I'm gonna
Division
look it up
II
for you
or
guys.
is that Division II or 1AA?
Your guess is as good as mine, man. But I know he's coming out of nowhere. Wisconsin.
He
Whitewater.
he was an amazing standout.
He did a good job.
Yeah, he literally like rocketed himself up the board like as a top 5 lineman available.
Division 3.
What's
Division
that?
3.
Wow. He showed up then, boy. He showed up.
Division 3.
I gotta tell you, he literally. He might be like out of all of the guys Michael Stewart analyzed. He might be the biggest leap out of all of them at a Division 3.
I don't think he was supposed to even be in the game. Somebody got injured, if I recall correctly. Somebody
Yeah, I
got
heard
injured,
that
and that's
too.
the only reason why he got in. So to say that he made the most out of his opportunities, understatement of the year right there.
That guy will go
Going
in the
top
4th.
3 rounds now.
Well, I don't think he'll make it that high, but I will tell you.
I think he is. Trust me.
He's a 4th round guy, without a doubt, because the dude can play. Secondly, was Amari Rogers from Clemson. I didn't overly, know what he was about, but he had a handful of nice catches. Not a lot of yards after the catch, but he made a sick catch in the end zone between 2 defenders, took a nice shot to the jaw, showed his toughness. I don't think he's going to light the world on fire, but that's a day 2 guy. That's a 3rd round guy right there that may push himself into the late round 2. Maybe if you're looking for a, cause he's not a burner, he's not
big. He's not big either. He's another 5'10" guy.
Yeah. He's not a burner. He's not a big guy.
Jeff.
But while Jeff is studying,
I did my research. The first thing I looked at, what's his height? Craig's talking about him. What's his height?
Yeah. So
210
my last one,
pounds.
of course, is going to be on everybody's list because he was literally he should have won the MVP of the Senior Bowl. I have no idea what they were doing, giving it to what's his name, the QB, was Michael Carter from UNC. That guy literally put himself, end of the 1st, high 2nd. Maybe I'm crazy for saying it, but like he had Darren Sproles written all over him. And if you're a Darren Sproles guy, a Saints or an Eagles fan, or if you know his game, Michael Carter just to me was the guy I stayed to watch because he was strong. Even I don't know if you watch it. He got knocked out of bounds on one play, and he like hurdled like this table.
That was smooth. I saw that highlight. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought at first
Showing off the athleticism.
No, it was real nice.
Yeah, exactly, Spiro. I thought he clipped his foot and fell over the table. He clearly cleared this like 4-foot table on the other side. The dude's just a massive athlete, and he's not a big dude. But so those are my 3. Was Menares, Rogers, and Carter. Check them out. All of them, will be available for the Giants to draft, or some team near you. Go ahead, Michael Stewart. Give it to me. You can give me 1, you can give me 2, you give me 3, whatever you want.
Okay. Just- Okay, let me go with Des Fitzpatrick out of Louisville. He had a really good senior game. He had 90 yards, 6 catches. He did well, ran good routes. And I also like that defensive end out of Northern Iowa,
Saw that
uh,
guy.
Erlison Smith.
Yep.
He's 6'7", 245. He looks like he weighs 195. So he's got room to grow, but the kid can
6'7".
play. Yeah, he can play. Very mobile. Actually, he was playing with his hand in the dirt and also as an outside linebacker. in
I
the Senior
did
Bowl.
notice that, Michael Stewart. That was pretty cool. Like, versatile for a big,
Yes.
tall guy. So it was cool.
So he could put a little more size on. He's more of a project, maybe give him time to develop. And lastly, I got a kid out of Kentucky, Drake Jackson, who actually dominated one-on-one drills. No one got by him. No one got by him, and all the top Division I defensive tackles couldn't get by him. He did a
Interesting.
good job.
All right, Mr. Spiro, what do you got for me?
Well, yeah, I gotta be honest. I didn't really watch the game itself, but I was really following the practices. I mean, the game is kind of stupid. It's the game is not like these wide receivers are not going to get targets, even though they're getting open. The guys don't know each other well. It's kind of all-star games are kind of bullshit in my opinion. Anyway, anywho,
It's all good.
I saw the guys I really saw that I really liked there was Tony from Florida, Kadarius Tony, I believe it is.
Mhm.
Yep.
He's quick as hell. If they don't draft, if they go big in a round one, like yeah, well, he had that one drop, one drop, but like this guy is just athlete, and he get on the ball, and he's gonna be like a Tyreek Hill, gonna do everything for you. He could run the ball, jet sweeps. He could catch the ball down the field. He's 5'11", so he's not too short,
190, I
Correct.
think he is.
That's
Yeah,
OBJ.
he's kind of small.
I hear 5'11". I think OBJ, and
I know. Yeah,
that's
listen, he
He's
gets
about
open.
that size. Yeah, he's about
That's
the
what you
same
want.
size.
And another small guy, but these guys are small guys. The guy Eskridge from Western Michigan, he had a really good Senior Bowl.
Oh,
He was cooking everybody,
I,
but very small, very small. So I don't think the Giants are going to go after him.
what's his name?
Eskridge, I believe it is his name. Yeah, it's
'Cause I,
Dwayne Eskridge.
Dwayne or
He's
Wayne?
Dwayne D. Wayne. He's 5'9",
Dwayne Wade.
180. But he's a track guy. He's an athlete. Again, if you're not going like a Waddle in the first round, he's a guy that can make plays for you later on in the draft.
Okay.
So I like those two guys, and Nico Collins, another wide receiver, big guy. He didn't do much in the game, but he was doing very well in practices.
I saw some
And
highlights of that.
he
Yep.
just had some terrible QBs at Michigan. So he's a guy that might fall because of that. You get him in the third or fourth round, and you got yourself your big target that you're looking for, Greg.
Hey,
Come
you
on.
know what? He didn't have any great QBs at the Senior Bowl either, by the way.
No, right. That's what I'm saying. You're like, you can't put too much stock into that game because it looked like a shit show out there.
I mean, geez, they were overthrowing guys, throwing dirt
Yeah.
balls in the dirt, and I'm like, go ahead, Jeff.
I feel like these two topics on our list here kind of mold with each other because the guy I was going to talk about is Josh Palmer out of Tennessee. Wide receiver, 6'2", 210 pounds. And he didn't have crazy numbers in college, and he's not going to be a first-round pick or anything. But depending on what we do, if we go Pitts in the first round and then second or third round, we're looking to grab a guy. He actually reminds me, not body type, but his mechanics, a little bit of Amani Toomer in that he always comes back to the ball. He's always helping his quarterback. He made some athletic. He's not a crazy burner. He's not huge, but he kind of does all the little things. And I could see him actually being a good pro because he seems to do like the Amani Toomer type dirty work. And that's what I liked about him. But that's my guy to keep an eye on for second, third round. We'll see how far he falls, but depends what the Giants do in the first round.
Awesome.
dig it.
He scored in the Senior Bowl too.
I was
True story.
I was disappointed. And Michael Stewart, if you're the only one that watched it beside me, I was really, really disappointed. You were talking about guys who hurt themselves. The defensive end from Miami was a dud.
Oh, what?
Oh, you're talking about, go ahead. Roach?
Quincy Roach?
No, other
Oh,
guy.
okay.
Jalen Phillips?
It was like
Greg?
he was a defensive end from Miami. He did nothing.
Jalen Phillips, I think it was in the
I
Senior
thought
Bowl.
I thought as I was watching the defensive ends, I thought it was the guy who opted out and came back.
No, I don't think he's a senior. He's not. I don't think he was in the Senior Bowl.
No,
Look,
not that,
Russo,
not
right?
that one.
Not
Russo.
Gregory Russo.
No, not him. It was but you might be right. It was the guy from Miami, a defensive end. That I was kind of watching some defensive ends to see if there was like any, there was no pass rush in the entire game. Like I was like, what are these guys doing? Like
Yeah.
you're
Other
getting
than-
you're
other than
you're
Snoop,
on
he looked good.
display to rush the passer. Anyway, I'm just rambling. All right, let's move on from the Senior Bowl. Some guys,
Big trade.
yeah, big confusing trade, I'll say. And I'm not going to go on and on about it because I don't get it. I don't understand it. So I'm going to ask you guys to enlighten me and maybe run with it a little bit for me if you could, and tell me how this has implications on the draft. Because like part of me wants to say, well, that messes a whole bunch of stuff up, and part of me says these NFL executives don't care. They're sticking with their plan. Spiro, trade, Stafford, Goff. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Goff took a big step back last year. So, McVay wants his guy, and he wants a guy that could win some games for him. And I don't think Goff was that guy. He's not winning games for the Rams. He was a byproduct of that offense and McVay. You got Stafford, who could win some games, and poor guy was stuck in Detroit, where everybody just goes to hell, So I get it. I get the move for them. I don't get the Lions wanting Goff back, but I
Right.
still don't think it's going to affect the draft. I think the Lions are still going to draft a quarterback. I don't think they're rebuilding. So I think they're still going to go with a guy like Fields. They're going to give Goff his 1 year to try and show what he's got. And you could either flip him or, you got your guy waiting in the wings year 2. So you can cut him year 2. So I don't really think it affects much. I think the Lions are still going to go with a guy like Fields or Lance, if they're there.
What slot? What number is
6.
7.
6.
I got
I
the
think-
Lions at 7.
You're
7,
right.
yeah.
7. Philly's at 6. You're right.
Yep.
So you think that at 7, Spear, if I understand you correctly, at 7, the Lions you were thinking they were going to draft a QB anyway.
I mean, if Fields somehow drops there, which I don't think he's going to drop that far, but they would love to get a guy like Fields. But don't count out Trey Lance. And either that or I
Zach
think they're going
Wilson.
tackle.
What
Yeah,
about Zach Wilson?
Zach Wilson. There's going to be a quarterback there, so don't be surprised if I don't think the Lions think Goff is their long-term answer either. I don't know why they took him back, but it just doesn't make sense. And I think that they're going to play him out for a year and then use him as trade bait or say, whatever.
So let's be logical for a second. Just if you're the NFL executive, if you ask for Goff back, what it's basically done for you as a franchise is buy you another year because you don't like the quarterbacks that are on the table now. So if you are thinking about how you're building a team, like Goff, whether he's good or he's bad, you're thinking as whoever Campbell, you're the new coach. You're thinking this guy has NFL playoff and Super Bowl experience. You think that you can coach this guy up and make him a winner. What it says is that I'm going to take Goff because I don't like the quarterbacks in the draft right now, and this buys me time till whatever year. Because I'll tell you, if they have Goff and they go draft another quarterback, that's one less playmaker they have on the field because the quarterback's not going to beat Goff out and he's going to sit on the bench. Detroit needs to start bringing players in.
They're rebuilding though. They're stripping it down.
I got it, but Dan Campbell is an offensive guy, right? He's going to want to get a tackle or a wide receiver or
quarterback.
You know what I mean? But that's the thing. He wouldn't have gone and got Goff because Goff is probably he's not a bum. Go ahead,
he's
Jeff,
kind of a bum.
Go ahead, Jeff, jump in. Go ahead.
I don't think Goff is a bum. I mean, he played in a Super Bowl, right? And he's a winning quarterback. They didn't win because of him, but he's used to winning and he's experienced. So I think the Lions are going playmaker. I think Goff, they took on Goff's contract too. He's making money through 2024. So This is not a 1-year rental. You're stuck with Goff if he sucks next year. So I think they think Goff is their guy, or they're going to rebuild with him there. He's going to make He's in the basically averaging 20 million over the next 4 years, which is not insane money. It's pretty much standard quarterback money, but the Rams played it perfect. He was only making $1 million last year with the Rams. So they got rid of him before he was going to get paid. And I think they go playmaker. I think the Lions would have gone quarterback there 100%.
Boom.
But I think
Boom.
that does take I think, in my opinion, that takes a playmaker off the board.
Man, we are lock and step, dude. Like, I mean, that is it. Like, sometimes you got to go with buying signs, right? And the buying sign is right now that, like, these coaches are egotistical enough to say, I can coach this guy up. And I don't like the QBs because they would have never took off if the guy at 6 was going to be lights out, and they don't believe that the guy at 6 is going to be lights out. So they're going to go playmaker. Go ahead, Michael Stewart.
No, I agree. I think you get the quarterback, and they got a good, nice young tight end there already. So you go get yourself a nice wide receiver.
Yo, that
The
kid,
running back too.
Yo, that
Yeah.
kid, Hawkinson can play.
Yeah,
That's a good tight
whoever's
end.
there,
Yep.
whoever's there at 7, it could be the last of the 3 at 7. You don't know how it's gonna fall the
gonna
draft.
be
Right,
interesting.
which is
You
why
go
I
grab
think
'em.
that's why I think having Goff is a good fallback plan for them. Like they don't know which quarterback's going to fall at 7, if any. So you have Goff in there waiting if you want. You play him 1 year. If he looks good, you could trade him. If not,
I don't
y-
know. I
y-
mean, if you pass on, let's just say Chase is there, you're gonna pass on Chase and take a quarterback. I don't know if you want to do that. That's tough. That's a tough one.
listen. I hope they go quarterback. That'd be really good for the Giants.
Well,
Right.
Maybe
well,
I'm just
yeah.
We hope
wishing
they
it
do, yeah.
into. I'm wishing it into existence. Speak it
Now-
into existence.
I can't. Somebody, Spiro, real quick for me. Look up the Detroit Lions roster, and usually it tells you how long they've been in the NFL, and then search it by position. Because here's my other question that I'm thinking too. So Dan Campbell got drafted by. For any of you that don't know who Dan Campbell is, Dan Campbell.
Shame on you.
Yes, shame. Shame. Wait a minute, but not so much. Maybe you might be a very young fan checking out the Giants guys here on YouTube and doing your thing. Dan Campbell, okay, got drafted by the Giants, and then he wind up going to Dallas and backing up Jason Witten for a ton of years there too. Dan Campbell's been standing next to offensive tackles for his entire career. He caught a handful of balls, but he was a massive blocker because he's just a big, strong dude. I would not put it past it. Spiro's going to give me an answer in a second. They got any.
What are you looking for?
Detroit Lions.
Yeah. I'm on there.
Offensive lineman. How young is that offensive line? Is there an opportunity that they may?
Yeah, I think tackle is definitely on the board for them. The Rashawn Slater or what's his name? The guy
Sewell?
from Oregon. Sewell.
Sewell?
Yeah, I don't know how
Sewell.
to say it, but
So they'll have their
those are most
top
likely
two
the
tackles.
picks.
They'll have a pick.
Yeah.
So again, I might be fishing a little bit here. I'm just saying, realistically, Dan Campbell. I don't.
Yeah, he's probably going to go there.
Yeah,
I agree.
Dan Campbell is a ground and pound guy. Okay, he played with guys like I don't know if he was there when Jacobson and Jacobson Ward and
he was before them.
I think he was a tiki guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
so he's used to ground and pound.
Kerry Collins. Yeah.
Yep. He's a ground and pound guy, like your guy Toomer that you just mentioned, Pilgrim. So Dan doesn't want a flashy wide receiver, and he was the interim coach at Miami Dolphins. I think he's going to go tackle, and we're going to be okay.
So hold on.
Yep.
So if Penny Swirl is taken before the 7th pick, you're saying that he'll take
Slater. I think
You
Slater's
think-
the better offensive tackle in my opinion.
It's funny you say that because a lot of saying that he could play guard because he has short arms.
Oh
So I
yeah,
don't
well that
know.
too. But he's a beast.
That's
He
a
shut
reach
down
at
Chase
7.
Young. He shut down Chase Young multiple times. I think if he didn't skip last year, he would have been named as the number 1 offensive tackle. Personally, I think he's that talented of a guy, man.
All right. Well, you got
Again,
a rookie coach. You got a rookie coach making a move like that. That's gutsy, boy. Passing on a good wide receiver.
A rookie coach with
Yeah, but he's a grinder, like Craig said. He wants to get those lines set. He wants to get the inside, work from the inside out.
You could draft a tackle in the 2nd round too.
True. Fair.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I don't picture the guy as a flashy guy like give me Waddle. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like give me
Chase is
Give me Chase. I think he's going to go in-house, trying to resign, maybe resign Galladay and or tag Galladay and then draft a tackle. That wouldn't be a bad move for a rookie coach.
Well, if he does that, then it makes sense to do that because you
They have a very good running back too in Swift.
Swift.
yeah.
He's very good
Awesome.
running back.
See, this is what I do. Okay. All right. So, and Jeff, I shaking his head at me. Like, just for the record, I just totally sided with him on that last take. I said that take was really good, and I was siding with him, but I still get that the shake of disgust.
Yeah.
Shake of disgust.
This is what I do. It's Craig. It's Craig and my little trick
This is
show
what he
ponies
does.
here.
This is what he does.
Now, see, he's taking it too far. Just because the Giants guys, it's my show. He's taking it too far because I never call the show my show. I say it's the Giants guys. We're the Giants guys. These are plus Mikey Fresh, which we miss Mikey Fresh today because him and his tank tops and his Java with Jones toast all the time. By the way, the Java with Jones t-shirts on the site look awesome. And by the way, if you're having problems with the site, guess what? So am I. So I've got So I got an IT guy on it. The site, against my better judgment, is going to get a complete overhaul. Page speed will be dominant. I'm going to get a new theme, and it's all happening this month. So the site, it basically has to do with Google and all the stuff that they're changing and cookies going away and all this great stuff. So anyway, the site's getting an overhaul. They're going to actually this entire week they're running through the site to find out all the stuff that's been broken over the years that I broke. So if you're on the site, I apologize. If it's not loading as fast as you wanted to and all that great stuff, I'm on it. There's only so much time in the day when there's 3 feet of snow outside. Okay, let me ask you this, guys, because I like the fun stuff. Because I've got a little draft question and then I got a bonus question. And I want your honest opinion. You don't have to be super analytical. What one player do you want to put on the Giants fan radar and why? We tend to only look at like these top 5 players or something like that, like Jeff and I have been going back and forth about Pitts and Waddle. Is there another guy? I'll start with you, Jeff. Is there a guy you want to put on the fans' radar so they can fall in love with this guy and be like, yes, we got, when you're watching the draft, Jeff, and we draft a guy that no one knows, they go, oh my God, you drafted Daniel Jones. Like, is there a guy, Jeff, you got that you like?
That's what's tough is once you get out of the first round, so much can happen. I mean, really outside the top 10, you really know the names, and then it gets all messed up. And that's why I fell in love with Darnay Holmes last year. When I searched him, I didn't know who he was when they drafted him. I didn't know UCLA's secondary, but then I studied the guy and I'm like, oh man, I love this pick. So I'm glad the Giants have a team of people that do this instead of me. But I'm sticking with, I kind of brought it up too early because we molded the two, the Senior Bowl and then the guy, but I'm going to stick with Josh Palmer, who's kind of my possession wide receiver, who's a bigger target. And I think he can be a reliable safety net for Daniel Jones. And I think he can help move the chains and he's not going to be your stud. We still need that guy, but I think he's going to be a good pro and I'm sticking with him for that. And anytime somebody reminds you of Amani Toomer, who is the ultimate pros pro at wide receiver, then I'm good with him.
Cool. You think he'll be a 3rd round guy?
I think so. Because he's not flashy. I just think he's going to be solid. You know what I mean? And you don't have to be Odell to have a good career.
Well,
as Odell is proving.
Listen, great point. Before Odell, as flashy as we got was Victor Cruz dancing in the end zone. So,
we thought Cruz was flashy, and then we got Odell.
In fact, if you think about it, the reason why people love Victor Cruz is we come from a team with no cheerleaders, no flash, no fireworks, no chant. There's no horses running through the end zone every touchdown. There's no fly, eagle, fly song. Like the Giants, whether you love them or you hate them or you're a fan from afar, the Giants are they're in the middle of the road, man. They're the rock that everybody depends on, and we don't have Flash. So Victor Cruz comes along and dances in the end zone, and we're like, yo, this is fun. So yeah, we're not a flashy team. So your guy,
Josh
probably
Palmer.
yeah, he probably would
stick with
fit
him.
it. Yeah, he
Like
would
it.
fit in. He'd fit in perfect.
Yeah, I think he's a good
Go
fit.
ahead, Michael Stewart. What's the one guy you want to put on the fans' radar?
Well, there's a lot of guys here.
Just one.
A lot of guys in round 3 and up, but one guy I really like is Rashid Weaver out of Pittsburgh. He did pretty well in the Senior Bowl, and he played in his shadow with Patrick Jones. And the Giants want to get a guy on the edge later in the rounds. He's not a bad pick. He'll probably go in the third, early third, where the Giants will be at. So
And why do I want to like this guy?
why? Because he can rush the passer. That's what the Giants are looking for.
Mhm.
The Giants
His
want
guy.
to go. Yeah, the Giants want to go the offensive route 1 and 2, like everybody's pushing like a tight end and a wide receiver. Then, you got to make a move somewhere to get the DE. So go to 3rd round. This kid's going to be there.
I like it. You guys did your homework. When I give you homework, I didn't think you actually would do it. Go ahead, Spiro. What do you got?
Well, this would be a dream scenario of mine, but
Boy.
in this dream scenario where we trade back, Dave Gettleman trades back for the first time ever, which is probably not going to happen, but in this scenario, I would love a guy like Rashad Bateman out of Minnesota. He's a big wide receiver, big play potential.
Craig's
He's
like,
just- Yeah. He's just everything you love out of a guy, man. He can go up and get the ball.
how tall is he?
Yeah,
He's-
6'2",
he's-
210.
Yeah. He's six. He's like, he reminds me of a Knicks kind of guy.
Ooh.
Oh, you just dropping all sorts of stuff right now.
He's not a true burner, but he's got good hands, and it's smooth out of his breaks. I just like him, man. But again, it's tough because it's a little high for him at 11, and I don't think he's making it to the second pick. So
Gotcha.
this is my dream scenario where Gettleman, who never trades back with somebody, and we get
And then we pick up another 3rd rounder. or
another draft
something.
pick, and then you fill another need because
That'd
the
be
Giants
great.
are going to have to do this, man. Like, we don't have the cap space to be spending in free agency. We have to get smart in the draft. Like Michael Stewart, drop that tweet. I seen you, boy. I seen you. Yeah, we need to pick up capital. So that's why I want one of these quarterbacks to fall to 11, have the 49ers or the Patriots trade up, get that extra pick, man. We need those extra picks.
That would be fun. I would
Fun.
say,
I'm a big fun guy.
yeah, exactly. Well, you're Mr. Glass half full, so yeah. Okay, before I give you my guy, exactly. Michael Stewart, our 2nd round pick, Michael Stewart, is that number pick 43?
Yeah, I think it is 43, isn't it?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Great. All right. So I'm going to give you a guy. I kind of pumped him a little bit the last 2 days.
I know you're picking. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think. Well, maybe.
Tight end. I know you got him.
All right. Well, I pumped this guy a couple times. I had known about him a little bit, only because he's an East Coast guy. But I don't know. I don't know if he's a 1st round guy because he missed some time with an injury. But my guy, I mean, man, I got to tell you, if he was there at 43 and Gettleman didn't draft him, I might drive all the way to New York and have a talk with him, because Pat Fryermuth is Shockey reincarnated. The dude is the truth. I mean, do yourself a favor. Look him up on YouTube. Watch him cripple defensive backs. He is, I mean, the contested balls he goes up for. Dude is enormous. I mean, and fast. Like, whoever gets him, like, I hate to say it because I know we always throw this kind of crap around, but if he's not George Kittle, if he's not Kelsey, if he's not one of those guys in a couple years, Like,
Big names. Big names.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
The
injuries.
biggest names.
But he's
Injuries-
big. He can block too, that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
injuries aside, because that usually derails most great players, right? But if he was a healthy guy, he has all those tangibles. Like, one, he's tall. Two, he's fast. Three, he goes up for contested balls. He could block. And when the ball in his hands, he's a yak guy. I mean, he's a yards after the catch guy. And DBs, like, they try to take him, and he's just like, here I come, baby. I mean, Pat Fryermuth, he did get injured. He missed the I want to say he missed like 2/3 of his junior year.
I like it. I like him
Yeah.
though.
He's
Yeah.
aggressive. He likes
don't-
contact. He wants to
people
run
know him,
people
don't
over.
they?
I like it.
What's that,
No-
Michael Stewart?
No, but the normal Giant fans, we know of him. I mean, he's not like somebody we don't know.
Yeah, he's on
Well,
our radar,
Just
baby.
like Bateman is. I mean,
Yeah,
we know
yeah.
Bateman.
Yeah, I only.
Oh, you want
say
to go
it
deep?
because-
We can go deep prospects next.
Well,
I'll
I
get
thought
you
you
next
meant
time.
that. I thought you meant after the first round. That's what I thought you meant.
Yeah, well, listen.
You gotta
so-
specify, brah.
I know.
Yeah,
my
bruh.
bad. My bad. Story of my life. Listen, Fryermuth made it like there are people saying he's the second next to Pitts. He's the second best tight end on the board. He may never even make it out of the first round. Like, you may have
Who's that?
go ahead, Michael Stewart. What's that?
I know. I was just gonna say, and I might get some flack. Overall, he's the best tight end because he can block, he can catch.
Pitts is not
if-
exactly the tight end, like your traditional tight end.
He's,
But yeah, I
he's
agree.
He's more of a Giants tight end than Pitts is. But
Absolutely.
the Giants need dynamic, and Pitts is super dynamic. So
That's
like,
true.
so if
Throws
you're
Waddle.
looking for dynamic, you may go Pitts. But if you were looking like the way the Giants pump out Howard Cross, Zeke Moet, Bavaro, Shockey, they're always just big beastly
Big
guys.
guys.
So he fits it. I don't know if he makes it to 43. I highly doubt it.
Yeah. I
Pat
know.
we got a-
Fryermuth-
We got a bonus question. I know we got a boogie. We're almost at
Oh,
Yeah.
I gotta hear this one.
Yeah, I got a bonus question.
Let's go.
Donuts.
This will
Bring
be
it
a
on.
quick one. This will be a quick one.
Bring it on.
Bonus. You probably couldn't see that. All right. See, they think I'm funny. Um, I'm gonna start with you, Jeff. Since you and I have been on the same page all day.
Well, really, all season.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to talk about the Super Bowl because I don't give a crap about the Super Bowl. And you're getting the Super Bowl on every channel, podcast, radio station, TV station in the world. I'm bored of it. You're bored of it. I don't really care anyway. Long as Tom
Could be a
Brady.
good game. Don't hate.
Long as Tom Brady loses again, I'm cool. And I was rooting for Tampa Bay up till I saw his interview yesterday about how schmarmy he was about losing to the Giants.
He's salty. He's so salty.
Yeah, he talks about a great couple bounces and Eli made some plays. I'm like, dude, you were on your back the whole time. Give me a break.
The whole game, the guy was running for his life. Like, get
Yeah.
out of
So
here with
salty.
that.
And he summed it up by saying that one hurt. Eli made some great plays. They got a couple lucky bounces and a helmet catch. That's what he said about losing to the Giants.
Like, how many Super Bowls did he win because of bullshit? Basically,
Yeah,
Like,
right.
he won.
Tuck
3.
rule. You ever heard that?
Tuck rule. How about the interception Russ threw? Like, that's game
Oh,
over, right?
And that like miraculous catch that Edelman made, like
Yeah.
on the ground.
Yeah.
yeah,
all
like
right. Forget it. We're not talking Super Bowl. Bonus round. What catch is better? Eli Manning to David Tyree or Eli Manning to Mario Manningham? Two different Super Bowls, two different wide receivers, two different catches. They've all been ranked in the top five. I think 5. Both of them have been ranked in the top 5 best catches, throws, completions in Super Bowl history. My question, gentlemen, bonus round is which catch is better and why? Jeff,
Come
starting
on.
with you.
if we're talking just catch, it's Tyree. I mean, and it's not just the play how Eli escaped, which he never does. I mean, you saw Eli at the end of his career, he would fall down if he saw a shadow, and like he hung tough right there, got out of the pocket, makes a ridiculous, terrible throw in the middle of the field. Tyree, like the whole situation, undefeated
4
Patriots,
players around him.
all of that goes in. Harrison hanging on him. Tyree, who couldn't catch anything the whole week in practice, like all of that going into it. Tyree's catch was better. But if you're talking, I mean, Manningham, that throw was not only the best of Eli's career, that's the best of a lot of quarterbacks' careers. That throw that Eli made. Manningham,
That's a great take.
I heard, like,
Window
he
throw.
didn't really have a choice but to catch it. Eli put it in his breadbasket on a frozen rope. Like, that thing was just there. So catch alone, it's Tyree. But the Manningham comes with one of the best throws of all time. I don't care who the quarterback was. That's one of the best throws ever.
You know why that was a great take? Somehow he worked the word frozen rope into that conversation.
I don't do that often. Yeah.
I just want to let you people know. I'm not sure I know what a frozen rope is, but it sounded so good coming out of his mouth that I was like this. I was like,
Baseball
yeah.
term.
I was like, exactly. I'm like, let the man speak. Get on that soapbox. I was really impressive. I'm gonna start writing down things that Jeff say that make no sense, that make sense, because
It makes sense.
that was poetic, my friend. And I
dude.
really like that. I like that take. I'm going to you, Michael Stewart. Give it to me. What do you got?
All right, I'll set the stage. Both plays were during final drives, very climatic, exciting, but hands down, David Tyree's catch was probably the best catch ever in Super Bowl history. I don't know who was better than that. I don't know. I mean, you probably know, but I can't think of anybody's catch. I see a lot of Super Bowls in my life. Nothing tops that catch.
Yeah, if you're
That's the
just
best
talking catch, like just the catch.
That's the best catch I've
Especially-
ever seen, ever.
Especially because Santonio Holmes never caught that ball in the end zone.
And that was a lot about the throw too. That throw
Yeah,
by
that's
Ben was
another great throw.
unbelievable.
Because
Right.
that Warner to Holmes always makes the top 5, and I'm like, I'm still not buying his feet were down, but okay.
Even Tyree's catch was even better than Franco Harris's catch. And they make a big deal of that. That's a great catch, but like Jeff said, Tyree, he had Harrison smashing him, trying to take that out of his hand, and Tyree held onto that ball, never let the ball touch the ground.
He didn't.
That
he
was
bent his-
incredible.
I watched it like
Yeah.
5 times today, I think.
That was incredible that he was able to the mindset not to let that ball touch the ground. 'Cause if it did, it might have been overturned.
Yeah, like we see it in slow motion all the time, right? Like he
Right.
caught it, his hand gets hit, then he pins it and regroups. But that happened like this.
Right.
Yeah.
But we watch it
Yeah,
in slow mo. It's like, oh, I see how he could do that. But to do that while Rodney Harrison is
Amazing.
draped on you, get out of here.
and I will say that if there's ever a basketball game and Rodney Harrison and David Tyree are in opposite fields, my money's on Tyree going up
Oh,
and
yeah.
getting that rebound, baby.
Oh yeah.
Because to me, it's Rodney Harrison's hack a Shack and Tyree's Magic Johnson. So Spiro, I'm kind of feeling you might just throw a wrench in this thing.
He always does.
I
he
mean,
does,
come
he
on.
does do that.
I kind of love Spiro for last because he likes us. If you look at Spiro's Twitter, it says Mr. Glass half full, and it's a bunch of BS because like he lives to throw the wrench or the fly in the ointment. And I think that's what's going to happen here.
Well, listen, most exciting catch and most memorable, 1,000% Tyree, and it ain't even close. But if you're talking, big BUT there. If you're talking straight, just actual catch, the concentration that Mario Manningham had to have to catch that ball in between 2 players and get his feet down at before going out of bounds on that frozen rope that Jeff talked about, that takes a lot of skill, man. It takes a lot of skill getting those feet down. And how many times do you see like players around you affecting players around the wide receiver affecting a wide receiver's concentration, even though they don't touch the ball? That guy was solely focused over the head, Willie Mays style catch. Get those 2 feet. Yeah, you hear me. Yeah, that's a throwback right there. That's throwback.
Spoken like a
54
true
World
Knicks fan.
Series. There
Yeah,
we
you
go.
know it. Listen, I love Tyree. Tyree's catch was a grab and strength catch. Manningham was pure a skill, in my opinion, a little bit more skill, but that's just my opinion, and I like being a contrarian here.
I like it. I like it.
We know
All right,
it.
so I got Pilgrim in the Tyree camp. I got Michael Stewart in the
All y'all know
Tyree
Tyree.
camp. And I wish Fresh was here so I didn't have to do this. Because I could just pan it off onto Mikey Fresh, but he's not here. This is what I can say because I'm not even sure I can pick. And you guys were at least tasked with making the pick, and you did. Here's the interesting thing, and I think Jeff, maybe you alluded to it. The throw by Eli, best of all time. Okay. The best all time. Because I said what catch is better. Best pass ever is to Manningham. I mean, it is perfection upon perfection between two guys on a sideline.
Backed up into his own end zone,
Exactly.
5 yards away.
Everything about that throw was
Beautiful.
just, it's insanity.
Football porn. It's football porn, right there.
There you go. All right. So we've got frozen rope and
That's right.
football porn. All right. So we're on a roll. Jeff is, see, you know why I call him the mechanic? Because he's down there right now looking to cut that up and get out something as quick as possible that says frozen rope and football porn in it.
No, it's funny. I didn't even realize I said it. That's how natural it was.
I told you I was on board, man. I was like, you preach, brother. Best catch ever is Tyree. It's a terrible pass. It took 25 minutes for the ball to actually get to him.
It really was a bad pass.
Yeah, and he's got.
It was a Hail Mary throw in the middle of the field.
If you watch the and I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it. If you watch the the NFL Network program about them recapping everything, the only thing you remember is Michael Strahan looking up, going, "No, don't throw it at Tyree.
Not in the middle of the field."
Yeah, bad throw. It took 25 minutes to get there. You got an All-Pro safety who's not afraid to whack you, hanging on your back, and you make a catch. Like who you clearly should have been knocked free. In today's NFL, that ball gets knocked free and he pins it to his helmet, which, by the way, isn't like something he learned from someone else. It's never been done before. So catch Tyree, pass Eli Manningham. You're listening to the Giants, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to pop this into YouTube tomorrow. Apologize for the site issues and all that good stuff.
We miss you, Fresh.
We miss you.
Oh,
Fresh.
yes.
Look.
Much love. Much love,
Oh,
Java
look
with
at
Jones.
that, nice.
Get your Java with Jones.
Get your Java with Jones shirt now, which, by the way, is Fresh's weekly piece. NYGiantsRush.com. We're out. Peace.